Good afternoon, boys and girls. We are going to do a social studies lesson on something called specialization and interdependence. Those are awfully big words. Well, I'm going to show you how to break them down. So when you are looking at a big word and you don't know how to figure it out, look for your root word. Look for the words that you do know. For example, in specialization, let's go back to that slide. In specialization, you see the word special. Think about what special means. Special means to be different. Now, Z-A-T-I-O-N, ization, is a suffix. We talked about suffixes coming at the end of a word. Z-A-T-I-O-N, which is ization, means making something or becoming. So if we look at this word again, specialization, it means becoming an expert in something that makes one different. Let me fix this in my slide real quick. Hold up. A mistake. That makes one different. Here we go. Let's put this back together. Okay, so specialization means becoming an expert in something that makes one different. So when you specialize in something, you are becoming an expert at something. For example, doctors, they specialize in helping people. Their specialization is helping people become healthy, healing them of diseases and viruses. I don't have that specialization. I'm not a doctor, so that makes this person different from me. Another example is a computer programmer. A computer programmer makes a lot of money. They know a lot about the computer languages. They can put programs together. They can create games. They know all about the computer software. I don't know much at all about computers. I'm not very tech savvy, so I do not specialize in computers. So a computer programmer, his or her specialization is in computers and writing programs for that computer. Now, another example is a teacher. A teacher specializes in education. They help people learn. They go to school to know how to help you learn. They can help you with things other people can't help you with. So they specialize in education. So these are just some people who specialize in certain things. Now, this big word interdependence. Interdependence. Find the root word again. The root word is depend. When you depend on someone, you need someone, or you can't survive without it. It doesn't have to be someone. It could be something. We depend on food. We need food to help us live. Now, if we look at this inter is a prefix that means together or in a group. Hence is a suffix that means an action or a process. So interdependence means the act of needing someone or something in a group. So we've been talking about economics. Economic interdependence means when two or more people depend on each other for goods and services. So look at these farmers. The store or the market depends on the farmers to grow the crops. The farmers depend on the stores to buy those goods or those services. So they are dependent upon each other, something called interdependence. But today, boys and girls, we're going to focus more on specialize, and we're going to look at Louisiana. Let's look at this map of Louisiana. Louisiana specializes in growing certain foods or resources. They specialize in certain resources that no one else in the United States has. Remember, we talked about Louisiana being a very unique state. Well, it's different because it can grow and do services for our people that other states can't. For example, if I look at this resource map, I see oil, salt, sugarcane, seafood, rice. Cotton is down here, but you can't see it. So if you look at this map and notice all in the south, there's seafood. And we talked about that because it's being close to the Gulf of Mexico. If you look up north, we see more pine trees and cotton because they have a lot of hills and places where they can grow things. Remember, down south, it's more of marsh and swamp. Now, let's look at Louisiana. What does Louisiana specialize in? I can see one thing here. It's oil. There's oil all over Louisiana. So Louisiana is one of those states, and maybe there's one or two more that specialize in oil. Another thing that Louisiana specializes in is cotton. Look at all the cotton that's grown in Louisiana. So Louisiana specializes in cotton. A specialization of Louisiana is cotton growing. So why would Southeast Louisiana, over here, Southeast Louisiana, south and east, Southeast Louisiana depend on Northeast Louisiana? So I'm going to my compass rose. I'm looking at north and east. So Northeast Louisiana has a lot of cotton. Southeast Louisiana doesn't. So maybe Southeast Louisiana depends on Northeast Louisiana for the cotton that they grow. So let's look at what I wrote. Northeast Louisiana can grow cotton. Cotton does not grow well in Southeast Louisiana. So people in the south depend on the north to send them cotton. What do you think people in the north depend on the south for? I'm going to leave that one for you to answer on your Google form. So make sure you understand, what does Louisiana specialize in? When you specialize in something, or when Louisiana specializes in something, it's something that can be grown or a service that Louisiana provides that other states can't. And this resource map, looking at these resources, helps you understand what they specialize in. Now, do they specialize in hills and marsh? Not really. We're looking more at these resources on this side. And remember that question that I asked you. What do you think people in the people in the north depend on the south for? Okay? That's exactly what you're going to do on your Google form. So I'll see you later. Tomorrow we'll talk about imports and exports.